Alright, I'm going to show you a couple quick tips for some different plugins here in Fruity Loops. First is the Fruity Slicer. Throw a couple onto your pattern assembly, and I'm going to find a beat here, drum and bass beat. Perfect. First I'm going to make it so that it's nice and fast. So I now have an almond break that I could loop. Cool. So then I could take that and even make it a little more complex. I'm going to put it to an effects in 6 and use gross beat to slice it up even more. So first I'm going to prime it by highlighting my main automation, hit record, go back to gross beat and hit play. So as you can see, you can take something that's pretty simple and quantize it using the Fruity Slicer, and then use gross beat to make it even more complex so it doesn't sound the same or stagnant. So you can make multiple automation clips, so then it could change over time, each one's different. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to clean up some audio real quick. Basically, you get somebody's voice has some unwanted sounds in the background. I'll be using Homer Simpson.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
So as you can tell in the background, there's some stuff in there that I don't really want. So I'm just going to make sure and send it to an effects in 8 this time, and parametric EQ to boost all the levels.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
So as you can see, whenever it lights up, those are the frequencies that it pushes up. And it has this spectrum waveform behind it, so you can see exactly what's going on.
No TV and no beer.
So now that's a little loud,
No TV.
and as you can see, it goes above the 0.
No TV.
So we're going to use a limiter to make sure that it doesn't go beyond 0.
No TV.
Perfect, it's right at 0. Now there's a lot of background noise, it's kind of undesired. So we're going to adjust this threshold on the gate and then bring the gain down. So anything beyond this will not be audible. So if it's all the way up here, you're not going to hear anything. But if it's all the way down here, anything within that yellow line, not audible.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
Oh, crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
So as you can see, now instead of having that, without that, listen to it.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
Oh,
Specifically, like right in here, there's a lot of dead noise, and you can see that dead noise has volume. So you want to make sure that that threshold is above that. You can see there's dead noise here, dead noise here, dead noise here. So let's hear it one more time with the threshold up.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
oh, crazy?
Don't mind if I do.
So now we have that, it's all chopped up slightly. So we'll put that reverb over it, increase the room size.
No TV and no beer make Homer something something.
Oh,
So now it has like a ring out to it, and it sounds slightly better. Alright, so that's cleaning up audio. Now I'm going to show you how to make a wobble using the wasp. So you right click on your pattern thing, insert, and it says wasp. You can use wasp or the wasp XT. The XT is like a little better version of it, but I've always used the wasp. It really doesn't matter. So we're going to take this amp, link it to the filter, and then crank it up. So that way there's no release, full sustain, middle decay. So that's going to give us a nice long tone. So that's kind of harsh. Doesn't really sound bassy at all. So turn that to a square tooth and put it to about 11 o'clock. Now it's got some bass. Now turn on filter and then adjust the amount completely 100%. And now the speed is where the oscillation comes in. See how it rotates like that? Now if you put it on sync, it'll sync it to the tempo, which is 140. And if you hit reset, which means every time it does a new note, it resets so that way it doesn't think it's the same wobble. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, so now we have that, but we don't want to have to tweak this knob every time we do that. You right click it, create automation clip. So now that makes this. So now in your pattern, that's pattern 1 or pattern 2, whichever one, you take that wasp. I seem to have lost my wasp. Either or, whatever. Here's a brand new wasp. I'll do exactly what I did last time. Detune, amount, filter, speed, adjust the cut. Alright, so now we are back to square one. So now let's make a pattern. Using the piano roll, I want this note, and maybe that note from second, and then go down. So now we have a pattern. Pattern 1. So now we want this automation clip. You can literally paint the wobbles. So whatever that might be, start up here, go down, put a nice curve to it, make it go above, and then like slice down while coming up, nice curve towards the last one. So I'm sorry, I accidentally did the wrong one. Create automation clip. Pretend like that one didn't happen. So meanwhile,